L-carnitine is an amino acid that it's most readily known for shuttling fat into your mitochondria to be burned. So if you're a runner, L-carnitine is good because it gets more fat into the mitochondria, which gives you more energy, more fuel. As a runner, you want to be burning fat. Somebody on a diet, you want to be burning fat. So L-carnitine, great stuff. So they put it in energy drinks. Anybody do Red Bull or Monster, Amped, any of those drinks? Yeah, you still want to admit it in public? Full of L-carnitine to get that fat shuttle working. Guess what else is full of L-carnitine? Meat. Lots of it. So this has been one of the beneficial selling points of meat. Lots of L-carnitine. Turns out that people that consume meat as a regular foodstuff have a different bacteria that grow, and this bacteria eats L-carnitine. And it produces something called TMAO. I won't give you the full name because it's complicated. Just remember TMAO. TMAO, they're now realizing, is the main cause of heart disease, atherosclerosis. TMAO injures your endothelial cells in your arteries. That's where the plaque forms. When your endothelial cells become injured, when they become damaged, when they become inflamed, plaque forms. They're realizing now that it may not have been the fat in animal products. And this is where the paleo diet has been screaming like crazy for the past couple of years. It's not the fat, people. Eat all the fat you want. Which I do not recommend. But now scientists are realizing maybe it's not the fat, or at least not entirely the fat. It's the L-carnitine being turned into this highly inflammatory substance called TMAO. And those energy drinks, they do the same thing. They cause inflammation of your endothelial cells. They lead to atherosclerosis. But it doesn't stop there. Eggs and dairy are full of something called choline. Anybody heard of choline? Your brain uses lots of choline. The egg industry has been marketing eggs as a high source of choline, or as a great source of choline. One of the reasons to eat an egg, it's full of choline, it's good for your brain. Well, guess what? People that eat eggs and meat products, this bacteria not only turns L-carnitine into TMAO, it also turns choline into TMAO. So now eggs and dairy cause heart disease using this same pathway. Again, not the fat. We'll get to the fat later. But even if you eat the skim stuff or the low-fat stuff, you take the skin off the chicken breast and you steam it so it just tastes nasty. It's still full of L-carnitine. Still going to cause heart disease and endothelial inflammation. Now, as an athlete, I want to make sure that my arteries are not inflamed. I want to make sure that I'm getting as much blood where it needs to go as possible. And my body can make L-carnitine anyways. It's not an essential amino acid. I can make it. I don't have to eat it. Oh, what they also found is that when vegans consume small amounts of L-carnitine, because they did a test, they said, do vegans also have these bacteria? So they gave them small doses of L-carnitine, and guess what? Didn't happen. Didn't convert to TMAO. Because vegans don't have the flora that lead to this transformation. So they took vegans, well, they tested people. They said, okay, we're going to make you vegan, and then we're going to make you not vegan. While they were vegan for a while, those bacteria disappeared, TMAO went away. Now when they put them back on animal products, those bacteria came back, and the TMAO increased again. So as a human being that doesn't want heart disease, great reason to avoid eggs and dairy and meat. As an athlete that wants to make sure you've got high-functioning veins and arteries, you want to stay away from these foods. Because when you're out there competing, when you're training hard, your blood pressure is very high because your stroke volume is increased. Stroke volume is how much blood you're pumping to your muscles. The more you're doing, the more intense the workout, the higher the stroke volume. That stretches your arteries. They stretch, they're elastic. And if they're inflamed and they stretch, you can tear them. And when you tear them, it's very easy for things to get lodged in those tears, like LDL. And when things get lodged in those tears, they hang out there for a while and they get oxidized. And when they get oxidized, you're in big trouble. So you want to make sure that your endothelium is functioning well and healthy and not inflamed, so that when you increase your blood pressure, it doesn't tear.